Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a book that made me feel seen, understood, and a little less like an alien who accidentally landed on Earth during a perpetual party. We're talking about Quiet, The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking by Susan Cain. But instead of a dry summary, I'm going to tell you a story, the epic tale of my own birthday party, and how it taught me everything I needed to know about being an introvert in an extroverted world. So, picture this. It was my 30th birthday. A milestone. My well-meaning and very extroverted best friend decided I needed a proper celebration. This translated into a surprise party at a bustling bar, with approximately 50 of my closest acquaintances, all crammed into a space that felt designed for maximum decibel levels. My initial reaction? A polite smile masking an internal scream that echoed, "No." Super, let me clarify. I like people. I even love some of them. But my energy meter works a little differently. For me, social interaction is like running a marathon. It's exhilarating, but after a while, I need to lie down in a dark room with a weighted blanket and maybe a cup of tea. For my extroverted friends, social interaction is like plugging into a giant human charger. They gain energy from it. This fundamental difference is what Susan Cain so brilliantly explores in Quiet. Cain's book taught me that introversion isn't shyness. Shyness is the fear of social judgment. Introversion is simply how you respond to stimulation. Introverts thrive in quieter, less stimulating environments, preferring deep conversations over small talk. Extroverts, on the other hand, often need that external stimulation to feel alive. At my party, I was definitely feeling less alive with every passing minute. The party raged on. People were shouting over the music, laughter boomed, and I found myself retreating to the darkest corner near the coat rack, trying to engage in a meaningful conversation with a potted plant. It was there, amidst the cacophony, that a light bulb went off, metaphorically. Of course, the actual lighting was terrible. I remembered Cain's discussion about the different brain chemistry. Extroverts have a more active dopamine reward system, meaning they get a bigger kick from external rewards like social status and excitement. Introverts tend to have a more active prefrontal cortex, which is linked to planning, reflection, and problem solving. It's not that we don't enjoy stimulation, it's that our sweet spot for optimal arousal is much lower. At my party, my sweet spot had been obliterated like a piñata full of internal alarms. The book also debunks the myth that introverts aren't leaders. Cain highlights countless examples of quiet leaders, people who listen more, observe deeply, and make thoughtful, well-considered decisions. Think of people like Rosa Parks, Gandhi, or even Bill Gates. They weren't always the loudest in the room, but their quiet strength and conviction moved mountains. My birthday party was definitely not a mountain-moving event, unless you count me trying to quietly move away from the dance floor. Around hour 2, I decided to pull a classic introvert maneuver, the Irish goodbye. This involves subtly slipping out without saying farewell to everyone, thus avoiding a lengthy series of goodbyes that feels like another mini-party. My friend, however, had deployed sentries. Just as I reached the door, she materialized, looking distraught. "Where are you going? It's your party." Major takeaway from Quiet really resonated: the cultural bias towards extroversion. We live in a society that often glorifies the bold, the outspoken, the team player, who's always networking. From school classrooms designed for group work to open plan offices, it often feels like the world is optimized for extroverts. And if you don't fit that mold, you might feel like there's something wrong with you. But Cain argues that both types are essential. Introverts bring thoughtfulness, deep focus, and often great creativity. Extroverts bring energy, enthusiasm, and a knack for broad connections. We need both. A world full of only extroverts would be a non-stop party with no one left to invent the soundproofing. And a world full of only introverts would be very quiet, but we might accidentally forget to invite anyone to our well-thought-out, deeply meaningful gatherings. After a heartfelt, slightly too loud explanation to my friend about social battery depletion, a term I learned from Quiet, thank you very much, she actually understood. She even helped me orchestrate a slightly less Irish goodbye, involving a quick huddle with a few close friends before I made my escape. I went home, put on my comfiest pajamas, brewed a cup of tea, and read a book in glorious silence. And you know what? It was the best part of my birthday. So, if you've ever felt overwhelmed in a crowd, preferred a good book to a big party, or just needed some serious alone time to recharge, Quiet is for you. It's a celebration of thoughtful reflection, deep listening, and the often underestimated power of turning inward. It won't turn you into an extrovert, thank goodness, but it will give you the language and confidence to embrace your quiet strengths. What are your experiences as an introvert or extrovert trying to understand an introvert? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more content that understands your soul, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. Thanks for watching, and remember, it's perfectly okay to sometimes choose the quiet corner over the booming dance floor.